Hey guys, today we're going to see how to install SQL Server 2012 on Windows 7 Service Pack 1. I have just fired up my setup.exe file, and then you'll land up with the SQL Server Installation Center. You have to choose installation, and I'm going to choose option 1 because I don't have any instance of SQL Server running. The setup is going to run and check whether everything is fine. Seems to be good, so I'm going to click OK. That check was to see whether my operating system has the necessary .NET framework, and then go to check the product key, and then you agree the license terms and conditions. There seems to be no updates for SQL Server, so I'm going to click next. So it's trying to install the setup files. So time and again I'm going to pause the video so that I don't want you guys to keep staring all these stuffs, just to make this video short and to be not more boring. Thank you. It keeps checking, and then again it checks whether setup support rules are fine. See, it actually it will be like this, and if you click show details, you can see what is the status of each of the rule that it has run. So it looks fine, and click next. We'll do a SQL Server feature installation. Basically I'm going to install everything, and if you want to know what each one of the features are, you can have a read with this feature description over here, and everything I'm going to install, and I'm going to click next. So once again it checks the installation rules, seems to be fine. Click next, and here we're going to do instance configuration. So I would recommend people to give something um, that is really fancy and convenient for them to remember, because this instance ID is going to be a key factor to connect to the SQL Server database once this database engine is going to up and running. So I have given something fancy, and I'm going to click next. The disk usage summary is being displayed for you. It should be fine. Click next. The next thing is going to be the service accounts. So this is something really important. For the time being, I'm going to leave it what the Microsoft is actually recommended. However, I'm going to see the SQL Server browser seems to be disabled for some reason, and I'm going to change it to automatic, and everything seems to be fine. So for reporting services, for each one of them, they're going to have a separate service account that's going to run these services. Looks to be fine to me, so I'm going to click next, and then it goes to server configuration. Just give a mixed, I'm going to choose mixed mode authentication, because to make sure that I can make my instance to work both with SQL Server authentication and with Windows authentication. I'm going to give a super god user who's an administrator, just in case if my Windows authentication is not going to work for some reason, so that I can still connect to my SQL Server using this guy. This is called as SA account, which is System Administrator account. You can give something that you can remember, and then if you want to add a specified SQL Server administrator, you can click on Add Current User, so that the user who has logged in to this Windows 7 Professional, that is your operating system account, will be added here as an administrator. So it takes some time, so I'm going to pass the video. Added my account. I'm going to click next. So it has, we're going to configure the analysis services. So I'm going to add the same user as an administrator so that he has an unrestricted access to the analysis services. I'm going to say add current user. So I have added the user and I have clicked the next button, so it goes to reporting services configuration, and you can choose whatever option you want. I would generally say you can choose install only, because until and unless if you need a reporting service configuration manager to be configured, you can select install and configure. In our case, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to click next. Say I'm going to give some name and click next. So it seems to be the catalog files are already existing, so you have to click back and say install only, which means that my previous version of SQL Server which I installed has been configured, and my system is actually retaining this configuration somewhere, so that's why it just gave me some error. So I'm going to click next again. So now it looks fine. I hit next, and this is the summary report of my install SQL Server 2012, and hit the button install, and it's going to install. So it will take 15 minutes for this to complete, so we'll get back to you soon. So once the installation is done, you can see everything is succeeded, and I can click close, and then you can start your SQL Server Management Studio, and it takes some while to fire up since this is the first run. Then you can, since it's a default instance, you can either type local, or you can give a dot, and then you can say connect, and it connects to the server. And as you can see now, it's up and running, and you can see integration services catalog, and all the other features are running. So that's it, guys. So I hope you would have enjoyed this video, and have a great day. See you.